Hi, my name's Grace, and I'm part of the Coralville Public Library's Teen Advisory Board. Today I'm going to teach you how to make paracord bracelets. They're also known as survival bracelets. They're very helpful when you're in survival situations. A lot of campers, a lot of hikers use them. They're also really fun and easy to make, so we're going to make them for craft today. So this is the stuff that you'll need. You'll need a pair of scissors, your paracord bracelet, the clip, and a lighter. So you're going to start with your paracord bracelet and untie it. Gotta get it all out. It's going to be pretty long at first, but it'll get shorter as you go on. You're going to take it and put these two ends together so that you have a loop at the bottom. Okay. Just put that right there. Then you're going to take your clip and unclip it like that. And then you can use whatever side you want, but I'd say probably start with the bigger clip first. You're going to take it, you're going to put it on the end, you're going to pull it through, push that all the way through. Pull it through until you get to the end. Might be a little tough. So you have about that much right there. It's going to look like a loop. Then you're going to take the other side and you're going to bring it through like this. So you should have a little knot that attaches it to the end right there. So it should look something like this. There might be some little knots in the end of the string, but it should look like that. Okay, now you're going to take the other end, go out like this, and you're going to take this end of the string, so this should be the end. And you're going to take the other part of the clip and you're going to put it through the other end. Then you're going to pull it through again. Okay, so you should get something that looks like this. So, shouldn't be too hard, pretty good right here. Now you're gonna measure your wrist so you know how long to make your bracelet. Kinda even it out and get stuff all good. Now you're gonna wanna measure your wrist. So just put here and then shorten it. Might take a minute to get it to the perfect length. I like mine a little tighter. Doesn't really matter if you want it looser. You're just going to do it looser. And then look at that. So make sure you got it. And then hold that end of the clip, the one that's not tied down, in place. So that's how big I'm going to make mine. I might widen it a little bit so I know I have some extra room. Okay. Now you're going to start. We'll get stuff all evened out here and organize it. This is the part we're going to start with the actual weave of the bracelet. You're going to take one side over here and one side over here. And make sure there's no loops or problems in it because you don't want that to happen. Okay. So you're going to take whatever side you want to start with. Uh-oh, it's going to fall off the table. You're going to take whatever side you want to start with. So I'm starting with my right side. Like this. You're going to take it over and you're going to make a 4, like that. Now this might, before you make the first knot, this might slide, so just remember to keep it in place so you know how big you're going to make it. Now you're going to take the other side, which is my left side, and you're going to pull it over the top of the one you just did. So it should look like you kind of did a 4. Now you're going to take the side you just put over top and you're going to tuck it behind both of your strings and behind the back of it. Then you're going to pull. You're going to make it straight so that you can kind of see where you're going. And that is your first knot. So you're going to make sure you pull it very tight, and you can't see it at first, but it's there. You're going to pull it tight, and now you won't have to worry about this part sliding as much. Okay. So we just started with this side. So now we're going to take the opposite side and we are going to go like this. Pull it over. It's the same thing we did last time. Pull it over to make a 4. And then we're going to take this string, the opposite string, and put it on top. You got to remember to take this string and put it over top the one you just crossed. Now you're going to take the right string, or my right string, and pull it under just like you did last time. Now you're going to pull all the way up to the top. It's kind of hard, but you're kind of going to, first couple times you do it, it's going to take a second, but you're going to want to pull it pretty tight so you don't miss anything or it doesn't get all loose. Okay, now you're going to repeat that. So a good way to know you're on the right side is you'll see this little bump right here, and that bump is going to tell you which string to start with. We're going to show you a different view from what it looks like from my view, so behind me. So you have this, kind of starting to see the beginning. So we're going to take this one, you're going to make it long, you're going to fold it over, and then we're going to take this one on top, we just did, and then underneath both of those strings, and through, and pull. So like I said, you can sort of see where these like little bumps are. We have a bump on this side, so we're going to take it through, and then once you kind of get quicker, you can kind of go through faster, and you don't have to make your loop super big every time. So make sure you tie it really tight so that you don't mess up anything or it doesn't get loose. Like I said, you can start to make them smaller, but if you're having a hard time, I'd say keep making them big so you don't get your stuff mixed up. But once you get like down towards the end, it's a lot faster. Make sure you pull that tight, and then over like that, and back behind both, and then pull it through that little loop. So you're just gonna keep doing that, and it should, like I said, get quicker and easier, and you won't have to make those loops as big once you get down further. So you can see it's starting to form, and it should be pretty like stiff right here. It shouldn't wiggle and there shouldn't be space in between, so it should be pretty tight. That's how tight you want to make your knots. And if you do mess up, you can always unravel them. So here I can show you how to unravel. So you're just going to take that, you're going to pull through, and that will unravel it, and you'll have it like that again. So if you do make a mistake, or you think something's missing, or you just don't like how that one last loop looked, you can always untie and start over. And it won't really matter because you're doing each individual knot. It won't unravel the whole thing, so you won't have to completely start over, but you can definitely. Okay, so you can definitely see I worked on it a little more, just did those knots, so we're sort of starting to come to an end, and if it gets a little twisty right at the edge here, you just kind of have to pull it. But we're starting to get to the end, which means we're going to have to tie off soon. So you're going to want to do a couple more because you want it to be like at the very, very edge of the last one. So you can see I'm doing that. Maybe we can get probably 1 or 2 more in there, maybe just 1. But you want to have it at the edge, super tight, and you're gonna kind of push them up just to make sure there's no extra space. And I think I can get 1 more in there. Like I said, like you want to get it to the very, very edge, and this will probably be my last one. So you want to get it to the end so there's no like problems getting it tied. Do it super tight, and I mean if there's like that much space, that's okay, but you want to get it pretty close. Okay, so that's where you about want it. I don't think I can make another loop. Like if you want it, you want it to get as close as possible. Oh, maybe I have maybe 1 more loop. Probably no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna stop myself. You can, but you want to get it as close as possible. So this part is part you have to be careful for. We're gonna tie off. So you're gonna take your scissors, upside down, and you're just gonna want to cut so you have like maybe that much space. Not a lot of space, but you want to leave a little bit. It doesn't really matter if there's some loose ends. You're just gonna want to cut pretty close to the edge, but not super close. So you should have about that much. You want to put this, we'll just put the excess to the side. So you are gonna have extra. So yeah, this is the part you have to be very careful for. I use a candle lighter and a candle, so yeah. You're gonna want to burn the edges. So this is just be very careful. Check with your parents. Make sure you got your stuff. It's gonna kind of shrivel, as you can see, and it's gonna get kind of hot. So you're just gonna want to push that down like that. Okay. So maybe blow on a little bit, shake it, just tap it and push it into the sides of those. So it is kind of hot, so you just gotta have to be careful. So push it into the sides of the bracelet like that. That's all. You're done. You've tied off. So it should fit. You can wear it. You can use it in other situations. So I have another one over here for myself. So they're pretty easy to make. But yeah, that's all you have to do. Thank you.